How you doing, YouTube? Silver Joker here. I hope everybody's having a wonderful evening. Well, if you saw my last video, you experienced a rare rant from me. I don't normally rant. I don't often rant in my videos. I think that might be the first time I did. I have to go back and check through my library to make sure. But I feel pretty strongly about the subject matter. And if you are interested to see what I'm talking about, you can check out my last video. I also went down to Franklin Street Coin here, picked up $100 face in junk silver. So if you're not buying junk silver, why aren't you? You should be. And we'll talk a little bit about that. And I had a conversation with him about some of the benefits of stacking junk silver, especially now. So if you're interested in any of that, stick around.
When people, when we verify that this is all silver and we don't want to sit and count them, we can put this on a scale, and it should be close to what the weight should be. Obviously, we're looking at, there's a little bit of weight in the paper, but chances are it's probably going to be a little bit less than what full value of the weight should be at the mint when it was originally minted. So as long as it's very, very close to what it should be, we assume that that's a full $10 roll. And like I say, after we verify that they're all silver and we don't want to sit and count them, weighing them, to me, that's probably the only alternative that we use in terms of making sure that, we utilize weight in junk silver.
How liquid is constitutional junk silver? But is there any way you won't purchase constitutional silver?
No, we bought this, pieces at a time, one piece at a time. We bought it in rolls at a time. We buy it in buckets at a time. We separate it and then we count it up. And after we count it up, we make them an offer. And we can buy a little bit at a time or a lot at a time. It just depends. And the same when we sell it. And we got people that will come in and they'll pick through it, and they might only buy $1 worth at a time, and then somebody else comes in and buys $100 worth at a time. So we don't change the price either way, and I don't know, that may be an issue with some dealers. You could ask before you purchase, either sell or buy, do you have a preference in terms of the amount that you're buying or selling where there's might be a price difference? And that would be a good question to the dealer. We don't particularly have one here. If you bought a $10 roll, this would cost you 1/10 of $100. Basically, we're not changing the price based on volume.
But you sell it here. You just sell it face value.
We have a face value, and it could be $1. It could be $1 face, or it could be $100 face. It's not going to change the rate that we're selling it at, because it eventually all sells.
That's the bottom line. Yeah, because I know I've come in a few times and you've had hardly any constitutional silver, and then I come in and you have a lot like today. So I'll be taking, like I said, $100 face. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and I'll see if I can count out like maybe $10 and some dimes and stuff, and mix it up.
It's nice to kind of mix it up.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit. And I like these. Every now and then you can find a gem in there. You'll find these Standing Liberty quarters, which are always nice to kind of look at.
I did throw some nice 1955 dimes in here, and they probably will stand out if you look through here. Kind of cut them out of the.
That's not bad looking there.
There's some nicer looking,
But I enjoy this too. I enjoy looking through it. Look at that. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice. I'm not really, that's not my motivation for buying it. I'm buying it strictly, me for the value later. But that would definitely be one of the ones that you could probably.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, if
silver was $4 an ounce, like it was back in 2000 or late 1990s, $4 to $6 an ounce, you may not have found these in here, because
they would have been separated.
They probably would have been separated out. We could get another 50 cents to $1 a piece for those as a coin. Right now with silver as high as it is, it kind of puts some of the collector prices underwater in terms of where the collector price would be based on where the actual silver value of the coin is. So of course they go in here, and it's a good chance to pick through and pick out some nice stuff. If you've ever looked at, for example, standing Liberty quarters, typically you'll find some in here, but they're going to be fairly well worn. Okay, and if you ever put 40 standing Liberty quarters together against 40, which is basically a $10 roll, against 40 Washington, chances are, if we could pick out 40 standing Liberty quarters and stack them up against 40 Washingtons out of the same mix, I would say 99 out of 100 times that your Washington stack is going to be a little bit taller than your standing Liberty stack because of the wear.
Right.
So maybe the idea would be that if you pick, buyers come in and start picking over just the better stuff, by the time you show your thing, you show your 90% to the next buyer and the next buyer and the next buyer, all you're really showing them is basically calls of coins that basically don't look very nice. And maybe that's the opinion that they don't want to have, is that all their junk silver looks really, really worn. I mean, Barber dimes are the same way. There are probably some Barber dimes in here.
Yeah, I've seen one.
I noticed it's not in your stack. But
No, it's in, I found it, and I kind of here it is right here. Yeah, I kind of I'm not gonna take this one. so my that one tried to get away, but my viewers, they know me. They know that I'm not really that particular about the kind of silver that I stack, the condition that is. But I do have limits. I do have limits. I mean, if I can get, if you're gonna put this out here for me, I'm gonna definitely try to pick the better coins out there. And I don't really see anything wrong with that. I mean, I'm gonna pay for it, and the next guy behind me, he's gonna look through. He's gonna pay for what he wants. So.
And there's different reasons that people look through it. I actually have people that try to build sets out of 90% silver, and they get a majority. They might get 80% of their coins out of the junk silver bin. Especially in the Washington quarters, the Roosevelt dimes, and even some of the Mercury dimes. You can build a good starter set with junk silver, especially in Roosevelt dimes. And there shouldn't be many dates you couldn't find in junk silver, and I've had many people do that. And they'll look over everything. There could be pristine quarters in here, but they're looking for the Roosevelt dimes because they need 4 or 5 other dates, and so there's various reasons that you pick through junk silver.
I think this is just as important as any other bullion you got in your stack. All right, Phil. Well, I thank you, my friend. I'm gonna go ahead and make this purchase here, and come back and talk some more.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
All right. So this is what I managed to pick up since the dip. $100 face here in junk silver or constitutional silver. I know a lot of people don't like that term junk silver, but that's what it's referred to as, and it doesn't mean that it's junk, of course. It just means that it's got some wear and it's just out of circulation now. Okay, so I got $100 face in the 90% of constitutional silver, and I think I got about 63 ounces of the fine silver. And I'm gonna continue to buy it as long in bulk like this, as long as the prices are low. And if they start to go back up to right around the $27 to $30 range, I'll go ahead and modify my budget again back to more modest purchases. And of course, I'll share that with you guys. I just want to say something. I just want to make something clear without rehashing too much of my last video that I posted, where I went on a little bit of a rant. I look at it like this. You guys come and you visit my channel. And I don't know exactly the reason why you guys do. You have your own reasons, but I would assume that it's because you believe what I'm saying. You kind of trust what I'm saying a little bit, or at least not distrust what I'm saying. So if you're going to come and visit my channel and I find some information that I think is useful for you, I'm going to share that information with you. And I'm just going to say this. I never claimed to be an expert, and I'm absolutely not an expert in any of this stuff. It's just that I've had some experience of buying silver and stacking silver and talking to people who are experts and know what they're talking about. So when it comes to this situation or this issue of these companies doing share buybacks, I'm never claimed to be an expert in that, but I look at it like this. You don't need to be a certified truck driver to recognize a hurtling, out of control Mack truck coming right for you. I mean, you don't need to be a truck driver to recognize that. And if you're in a position to get out of the way and help other people get out of the way, or at least prepare for the impact, you have an obligation to do that. And the more I study this share buyback situation, the more I see the potential of that being truly devastating to our economy. And the fact that it's going on is truly surprising to me. And I know I get a lot of comments of people saying, man, this has been going on forever. Where have you been? Why don't you know about this? Well, I didn't know about it until I watched that video. And now that I do know about it, I can't unknow about it. Kind of wish I could. But so we're going to talk about that more. And I'm going to talk with Silver 5150, who does understand this. And I'm really anxious to talk to him about that and share this with you guys in our next podcast. So please tune in for that. It'll be this weekend. Probably the video will probably be posted either late Sunday or early Monday, and you guys can check that out. And we're gonna chew that up a little bit, and I'm gonna learn as much as I can as well. Okay, so that's my video for today. Let's just keep the silver train rolling. We got a lot of ground to cover. We got a lot of ground to cover, and it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of time to do it. At least it has that feel. We're going to continue to do everything that we can while we can. And right now, silver prices are a little lower than they were. Not much lower, but a little lower. So if you're in a position to take advantage of that, I recommend that you do that. Anyway, this video has already gone on longer than I wanted it to. If you got to go outside, wear a mask. That's that important. Let's look out for each other, and let's just keep on doing what we do. Let's keep on putting that silver away while we can, because I'm telling you, the time is coming. I feel like the time is coming when silver is going to be a little bit harder to obtain than it is now. You can already feel that it's getting a little bit harder to get than it was in previous years. So let's go ahead and get it while we can. Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe, ring that bell, and you'll be notified as soon as I put out another video, and share my video. And I also got an Instagram, so if you're interested in that, go visit my Instagram and leave me some comments there. And the contest is still going. You still got time. Put those entries in. Get that name and send it to my P.O. box, or send it to Silver 5150's address, and let's get that counted, because on the 23rd we're going to announce the 5 finalists, and then it's going to be a little too late. Anyway, appreciate you guys stopping by. Keep stacking. Peace.